Before I come across this opportunity, I was working full-time in hospitality. I had been for 8 years. I was also a cleaner and was pursuing a photography business on the side as well. So I was working a lot, but I was really unfulfilled.
Before I came across this opportunity, I was a brand new mum. I had a newborn obviously, and I was at home scared, I would say, about the future and having to rush back to a job that I didn't want to go back to. And also my partner was working a day shift and a night shift job, so our relationship was struggling. He was exhausted, so there was so many things going on for me. I just was like wondering where my life was going to go in the future, to be honest.
Before this opportunity came about, I'm still a personal trainer. Been personal trainer for about 18 years, and then I got introduced to this opportunity for this thing.
Before this opportunity came into my life, I was a ridiculously busy, stressed, unfulfilled high school teacher. I knew I wanted more in my life. I just didn't know what or how. I was not looking for any type of business. It kind of fell into my lap, and I kind of just rolled with it, and I'm so glad I did, because it's completely changed my whole outlook on life and how I can create the life that I actually want, rather than just high school, then uni, then get a full-time job, and then have a baby. That's kind of how I looked at my life, and now I've been able to reframe that and reset my timeline.
I think one of my fears in the beginning, before I got started, was definitely the fear of what other people would think on whether or not I was going to be able to do something like this, but I definitely didn't let it hold me back for very long.
The biggest thing that held me back in the beginning, I remember so clearly, I was just so scared about what people were going to think. I had a big worry that people were going to judge me. I honestly didn't think I knew. I just all of a sudden thought, okay, I have no friends. I don't know who I'm going to share this with. So when I thought about who I was going to share it with, I was just worried about what they were going to think of me.
The biggest thing that held me back in the beginning was trying to give myself some more time to actually invest in myself, because I've been working for so long. I didn't have the time to enable me to give myself something back, which this business has done for me. So yeah, that's great.
So the biggest thing that held me back in the beginning was what people thought. It was definitely the judgment of others, and if I was to do this, what would my friends say, or what would my family say, or what would my colleagues say? It took me a really long time to kind of overcome that, but as part of this business, we get access to some incredible personal development, and that has helped me, not only in my business, but actually in my life in general as well.
When I started, I learned that anything was possible if I set my mind to it, and that I had so much support every step of the way while I was learning and figuring it out, and I could do anything. Once I got started, I realised that was just me being completely self-conscious. I had no self-belief, and once I realised that, the game really changed for me.
Well, once I got started with this business, I learned that everybody's actually here to help you succeed and push you forward. Even the uplines really want you to succeed. They don't just tell you what they've learned, they want to support you the best way they can as well.
So what I realised was the truth when I got started was that I was so worried about what people would think and the judgment of others. What I learned to be the truth was those are the people who I actually didn't care about. They weren't living the life that I wanted to live. They were unfulfilled in their jobs and working crazy hours, and I wanted more. I wanted to travel, and I wanted to set my own rules, and so I kind of reached a truth where I realised that their opinions actually didn't matter, because their life wasn't what I wanted. It's impacted my life in so many ways.
The first thing would definitely just be the growth. Like, I'm a completely different person to the one who started 5 years ago, but obviously also the financial reward, the time freedom it's given me, and the relationships that I've gained as well.
Oh, my life has definitely changed. I have been doing this for 2.5 years now. I'm still a stay-at-home mum, whereas before I was worried. I was thinking I was going to have to rush back to a job in 6 months. So to say 2.5 years later I'm still at home with my little boy, that's the biggest and best thing that's changed for us.
This opportunity has made a massive impact in my life. My health has exploded. I feel so much better. I've got more energy, but the people I've infected, with telling my story to, it's inspired them to change their life as well.
So this opportunity for me has been transformational. Like I said, I was a really busy, stressed teacher before this came into my life, and when my business started to grow, I kind of sat back and went, wow, what do I want in my world? And my fiance and I realised that we wanted to travel more. So I was able to step back from my full-time teaching career to a more casual position, and we've been able to travel. Last year we took just over 3 months, and we worked online and travelled Africa and some of the Middle East, and it's just a dream come true that I can still do the things I love and that I'm passionate about, which is teaching and empowering others, but from where I want and when I want. Game changer.
Definitely just continuing to grow excites me so much about the future, continuing to raise the bar, invest more, make more friendships, so many things, travel the world, start a family.
What excites me about the future is just knowing that I can be comfortable and safe to stay at home and work from home and not have to be so worried about what I'm going to do when it comes to my little boy going to school. I don't have to think about what job I'm going to have to rush into, even though I know it doesn't completely align with me and I'll probably hate it.
How far my vision of this business can go. Yeah, that's what excites me about the future with this business, yeah.
What's exciting about the future for me is the fact that, with each new person I link arms with, I'm empowering them to reframe their world and to create a better life for themselves. It might not happen overnight, but every single step in the right direction is really powerful, and the personal development you get in this is life-changing, and that's what excites me, is the gift that I can give to other people.
If I was to say one thing to somebody that was looking into this, it would just be to come into it with an open heart and an open mind and get your questions answered before making a decision. It was the best thing that I ever did, and lots of different things nearly held me back, but it was the best opportunity that I ever decided to jump into.
For others that are looking into this, I would say if this is of any interest to you, or if you have questions, I would say get them answered. You really never know until you are open-minded enough to find out more about it and get those questions answered. And I know once that happened for me, I was completely comfortable and all in.
I would say to just take a chance and say yes to yourself, that you are worthy and you can change your health, and take your life where you want to go with it.
So my biggest tip for others who are looking at this and who are kind of being held back by something is to just think, what if this actually could work? What if it taught you something that you didn't already know? Or what if you could explore an avenue that you wouldn't have gone down previously? And if you're looking at this because you want something more in your life, what if this could be it?